Hello and welcome to this unboxing and review of the Warhammer Imperium Premium Edition. So inside this delivery we've got the 4 issues, number 15, 16, 17, 18, and if you subscribe to the subscription service you also get the miniature brand new, well not sort of brand new, the new model of the painting handle. I'll be unboxing that, and of course the actual premium kit number 1, which I assume has got the Chaos Space Marines inside. So I'm going to give that a open out and see what's inside this box first. Right, so kind of posh box. I didn't expect it coming like this. I thought it coming like a little plastic bag, but yeah, it's just Warhammer Imperium Premium Kit number 1. You can hear the sprues and the bases go around inside. On the other side it's just blank. There's nothing really important about this. It's just a cardboard box, really. Nothing really fantastic about it. But this is my first time actually opening this, so I don't know what's going to actually be inside. I assume it's the sprues for Chaos Space Marines, but let's give this a quick open. Oh, okay. Codex? No, it's a magazine as well that comes with it. Oh, okay, I've got 5 magazines now. That's great. With a very big, broody Chaos Space Marine on the front. It feels actually quite thick as well. It's quite a thick... yeah, it is. Yeah, it looks like an actual... We'll go over that in a second. The main thing people want to see is the actual sprues themselves. So it's a gigantic sprue here of Chaos Space Marines. I've never collected Chaos Space Marines in my life. I'm not a Chaos player. So this should be very good for me to open, build, paint, all sorts. Not one for Chaos. More an Imperium player and slightly Xenos. So looks like we get some Greater Possessed there as well. Greater Possessed. I think it's 5 Chaos Space Marines we get in this. 5 Chaos Space Marines and 2 Greater Possessed, and I think a Sorcerer as well. But yeah, how old is this sprue? It's 2019, so not that old at all. So yeah, you can tell by how brand new it is by how there's no gaps. There's maybe one gap just here. There's hardly any space wasted. Brilliant. We've got the Chaos Sorcerer sprue. I'm trying to get a bit more better light. You can actually see Chaos Sorcerer sprue, 2019 as well. So that's actually a brand new sprue as well. Yeah. You can tell it's a sorcerer by the horned, looks like sort of like goat's head and all that. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. I always say that looking at sprues don't do the miniature justice, not until you actually see the film completed. I've got so many bases in here now. Let's quickly run through. Let's have a look. I have got, for some reason, 3 40 mil bases. I think they're 40 mil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so we've got 10 Chaos Space Marines, the normal 32mm bases, 1 base for the Sorcerer, 40mm base, and 2 other bases for the Greater Possessed. So, yep, that all adds up then. That's all good with me. So, I'm going to look through the magazine ever so briefly. So, Brooding Chaos Space Marine on the front page. Let's see what Ian has to say. Where are we now? From the howling depths of the warp, the Chaos Space Marines strike forth to slaughter their foes. This premium issue of Imperium comes with 3 Chaos Space Marine units, with which to start a deadly Chaos warband. After following our detailed build and paint guides, we begin to crusade our vengeance against the hated servants of the Corpse Emperor. Ian. Thanks, Ian. The Chaos Space Marines Heretic Astartes. Whether ancient bitter warriors of the traitor legions or disillusionized heretics known as Chaos Renegades, Chaos Space Marines are a plague upon the Imperium. From their strongholds in the Eye of Terror, the Maelstrom, and other hidden layers, they strike forth seeking to tear down the Imperium and usher in a new age of madness and terror. Yeah, I'm not... Oh, I can't even see the artwork with the light shining. I got a brand new light for when I paint miniatures for Christmas, so there. Hopefully this will work out okay. Why is it so shiny and glossy? That will have to do. This is a famous piece of artwork I've seen many times in the past when it comes to Chaos Space Marines. I do like this one. It's this poor guardsman, looks like it's going to axe right to the head. You can just barely see it. But what's actually cut off in this image is a guardsman getting absolutely blown away by that guy with the bolter. And I mean blown in half. It's like a 40mm grenade being fired at you, so yeah, you're going to get blown in half, mate. The Black Legion. Oh, right, okay, so glory, domination, or death. Under leadership of Baden the Despoiler, the Black Legion have risen to become the largest and most powerful of the traitor legions. The Black Legion is made up of countless war bands of turncoat space marines who are sworn legions to Abaddon. The only requirement for one who wishes to join the Brotherhood is to burn the hatred of the Emperor and the Imperium. Since the Horus Heresy, warriors from other traitor legions and renegades from many chapters have donned the black and gold of the Abaddon's war hosts. While many among the Black Legion worship all the Chaos Gods, others dedicate themselves to a single god. Abaddon does not care which god his followers give offerings, nor does he care where they pillage and kill. The Despoiler only cares that when the time comes to crusade against the Imperium, they heed his call. So black and gold for the... Oh, for goodness sake. Black and gold for the... Black Legion. Might do the Chaos Space Marines that colour? Not too sure. Chaos Sorcerer. And it goes over the war gear, so psychic power. We got the Camp, and that's Gothic. Lipiter Conactor, Scrolls of Forbidden Lore, Bolt Pistol, and the Force Stave. The sorcerer can channel warp energy through his weapon into his foes. Ooh, not nice. Oh, he's got tentacles coming out the back of his bloody thing here. Oh, that's horrible, a bit nurgly. The pages of this book are thick with heretical knowledge gathered from the darkest corners of the universe, so don't read it. And you get your face turned inside out by Zinch. And we've got a battle record, which comes in every issue now. So you get your characters, and it gives you, like, you know, oh, it's a power ability, psychic power, D3 chart, veteran of the Long War, pyromancer, hexmancer, fate weaver. Give him his name, give him his titles, honorifics, path to glory, record of battle that you use him. And the Chaos Space Marines, 10 Chaos Space Marines. What have we got here? We've got autocannon, which looks absolutely quite badass as well. We also got chain axes as well, staple of the Chaos Space Marines, because swords aren't good enough apparently. Battle record as well, as before. Looks like giving the unit a name, expiring champion, veterans of the Long War, different names. Let's have a look, see now. Mark of Chaos. Follows of Nurgle, follows of Zinch, follows of Sanesh, follows of Khorne, follows Undivided, Faithless. Oh, okay. Guerrilla Fighters, Melee Skirmishers, Crazy Zealots, Saboteurs, Line Troopers, and Shock Troopers. We've also got the Greater Possessed, Willing Demonic Hosts. Some Chaos Space Marines give their bodies to a demonic possession. This is a horrific process during which the body of the host is mutated and the personality lost. A chosen few are possessed by even more powerful demons, become a greater possessed, stronger and far more savage. Yeah, these guys are absolutely freaking terrifying. I've absolutely no idea why you would want to do that to gain a bit of power. Battle record, again as before, and onto the building instructions. So I think most of this book is going to be building instructions and painting guide. Very simple, 7 parts to the Chaos Sorcerer. Again, very simple to put together. Doesn't look that hard and complicated. The only thing that may be quite complicated is like a little symbol on the front of the right hand that has to go into the hand. So like his left 2 fingers are part of the symbol that goes on this hand. It looks like it would be a little bit fiddly to put together, but doesn't look too bad. Greater Possessed look very, very simple indeed to put together. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, yeah, 4 parts per miniature. Doesn't look that hard at all. Quite simple, straightforward. Even the Chaos Space Marines are not multi-pose, they are monopose ones. So Chaos, what's this guy now? The Chaos Champion. So he is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 parts. So we got the legs and the back, we've got the front torso, the right arm with the chainsword, the pattern pistol on the left arm, the backpack and the head. Not hard at all. Let's have a look. See now, a normal Chaos Space Marine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. Bolt gun, helmet, backpack, the left arm, the front torso, and the back torso. They're going to be very, very easy to put together, I think. They're going to fly through these very, very quickly. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. About 5 to 6 parts per miniature. I suppose you could swap them out on all that if you want to. It says you to put this head and that head and that head and this one, but nothing stops you from swapping them over, I suppose. Maybe you have some issues with the arms and the guns and all that, but yeah, we'll just have to dry fit stuff beforehand and see what can be kit bashed with what. Oh, the fellow, the autocannon. Dry fit components 49 and 50 before gluing. No, I will not. No, I will. So 49 and 50, it looks like it's actually the arm to hold the gun itself. I wonder if there's an option to give them a bolt gun if you don't want an autocannon. The autocannon is pretty cool. Can't really see. That's for a different fella. This is for someone else. Yeah. So it looks like we're painting in the Black Legion style. So we got black and gold. It's literally just black and gold. And I think this is an entire paint guide. This isn't just like, you know, oh, use black, use a bit of gold, boom, you're done. I think it goes over everything. How to paint the base coat. We've got black, we've got bone colour, we've got the, what colour is that now? It's RF. The hell's RF? We've got back here. Oh, Rackland Flesh Shade and Mornfang Brown for the brown part. Oh, okay, right. So a CPU step-by-step guide on how to actually do it. Lead Belcher as well there. We've got Koroks White, Screamer Pink as well. These are all colours that you received in other issues. Going back. Oh, can't pick up the page. So it's an entire painting guide, yeah. Going over the gold, where to put the gold. Euro Yellow as well. And then how to actually use the shades as well. Ooh. So they, oh, okay, this actually doesn't look too bad there. How to glaze. It teaches you how to glaze as well. That's not too bad there. How to use shades, how to paint highlights as well. Have we done highlights in any of the issues? I'm not too sure. Oh, these are looking really good right now. These are like GW quality. They're heavy metal painting guides. Basing as well, yeah. Oh, it's going over the whole thing. Finished gallery. Yeah, don't look too bad at all then. Actually, I can get that. Bit of light there. They actually look really, really good. I'm not going to lie. They look quite good. And the finished gallery of the Chaos Space Marines themselves. Data sheets. So these look like data sheets from the Chaos Space Marine Codex. Yes, they are indeed. Heh. One wound. Suck it. Stop the ritual. Ah, we go on to like a little battle scenario with a cut out piece of terrain. Looks like a little chaos gate. Necrolith crown. Stop the ritual. Either side, oh look at that, it actually shows the miniature that you can actually buy of the actual crown itself, but then you get a little cutout for it. It'd be good if you got some chaos terrain, I suppose. Use a pair of scissors to cut out the Necrolith crown. Children should ask an adult for help. So premium issues, the second delivery of your premium issues coming soon is all about the Tyranids, Broodlord, Genestealers and Termagants. Learn how to paint your Tyranids. Tyranids invade in a new mission. Oh god, you don't want that happening to you. There's also a paint guide on how to colour High Fleet Kraken, which is the not the ones depicted in here. For some reason they got a reddish colour and like a bony colour as well. I quite like the classic Tyranid one, but you know, whatever. Premium 3 Tau Empire and Premium 4 is Orcs. So that's part of the premium edition. Not too bad, a little magazine there. I quite like that. I'll give it over a good once over. Painted guide was actually quite well informed, quite good. Your miniatures look quite good at the end, using all the paints you had previously. But yeah, let's move on to issue number 15. And here we are with issue 15, featuring the flayed ones. These aren't in shot. There we go. And here we are with issue 15 featuring the flayed ones. These guys were looking forward to get for quite some time. So Magazine itself, 5 miniatures with this issue. Flesh-eating Necrons. Do they actually eat the flesh or do they actually wear it? I'm not too sure. I'm a bit scared to ask. The Imperium Sanctus and Reinforcements playthrough. So we're going to move on to the sprues immediately. There appears to be 5 32mm bases. Move the issue out of the way. And here we are. This is a new sprue 2020. So, yeah, let's have a look, see. Oh, very spiky. Very, very spiky, guys. Very spiky indeed, with the long deformed claws for hands. You have the tearing flesh and rendering. Yeah, a bit gruesome. Yeah, some of them got flesh draped over their own faces. Can't really see well, but I assure you this guy's got some form of skin draped over his face. There looks like to be an actual face draped over this Necron's shoulder right there. Because I'm sorry about the focusing's a bit shit, but there we go. That is absolutely horrific. But only 5 guys in this sprue. Bit of controversy to get hold of the Necron flayed ones when the what was it called now? What's the start of Kill Team this year? It was Kill Team the following year, which came the Heavy Intercessors and the flayed ones. You can buy these guys now for a pack of 5, well, I think it's £32 or £35. I might be incorrect, might even be £36 for 5 miniatures. No, the pricing there is absolutely ridiculous. This is an absolute steal. I do believe in the entire run of Warhammer Imperium, you'll get another sprue of these guys. It had 10 flayed ones, which I think is more than enough. I think in the 9th edition game, you can roll in a squad of 20. I can't quite remember. First time I ever used flayed ones. Replacing the old resin kits. So far, it looks like they're doing a really good job. But I think I might use green stuff to add a bit more flesh onto them. Now onto the magazine itself, featuring a very, very angry and very grotesque looking Necron flayed one right there with an entire corpse on his back. Oh my god, I don't think that issue that features inside any of the sprues, but we got what it looked like just down here, all hunched over, covered in flesh. Not really looking the most likable creatures in the universe. I tend to keep them far away from them. Let's see what Ian's got to say. Few Necrons are completely sane, but none are as utterly deranged as the flesh-eating flayed ones. In this issue, you'll learn all about these terrifying predators before building and painting them. Gruesome trophies and all. Ugh. Then, when they look suitably menacing, you'll ambush the Space Marines in the new playthrough that introduces reinforcements into your game. Happy opening. Thanks, Ian. Flayed ones, cursed flesh eaters. Do they actually eat flesh? Someone please tell me in the lore. They don't eat flesh. I don't know why they need sustenance from flesh. Let's have a look, see one here. Let's have a look, see. The flayed ones are monstrous Necrons affected by a mysterious curse that compels them to attempt to devour the flesh of the living and take their skin and bones as trophies. These guys sound more and more friendly as I read into them a bit more. The flayed ones adorn their android bodies with the remains of their victims, draping themselves in flayed skin and bone trophies. Flayed flesh and bone. Oh, this guy's actually got a skull featured on the front, so half his face is skull that he's just taken from a human and put on his own face. Lovely. Flayed claws. The bodies of flayed ones possess razor sharp claws, perfect for slicing and that's horrible. What's this now? Even the fleet of flayed ones may possess deadly talons capable of slicing flesh. He just said that. The flayed virus. Long ago, the Catan known as... I'm not going to try and pronounce that. Me as a Welsh person, it says double L at the start, so Llandu Gor. That sounds very Welsh to me. Llandu Gor. It sounds like a village up in Powys. The flayed ones was destroyed by the Necrons. No. Long ago, the Catan known as Llandor the Flayed was destroyed by the Necrons. It is said that with his last breath, he cursed the Necron race. This curse resulted in creeping madness known as the Flayed virus. Those Necrons affected by the virus awaken with a desperate hunger for the warm flesh and blood of the living. So, I'm not too familiar with this little snippet of lore. I thought it's called the Destroyer virus. That's where we got the Scorpec destroyers, the actual classic destroyers themselves. They are compelled to kill the living and gone a bit mad. I'm not too sure about that one. I have to do some research because I never knew about the flayed virus or even the Clandudor, the flayed. Battle record. Oh. In other issues, they've had images of the actual miniatures. These seem to be like a cartoon sort of style. So we got, looks like he's covered in like a mummy wrapping. Flesh around him. Metallic mutations, got long claws, and he got like 3 skulls on his breastplate. But yeah, funny how those aren't pictures of the miniatures. They are just picture like cartoony drawings. The Imperium Sanctus. The regional Imperium has survived the opening of the Great Rift largely intact. Here, the Astronomicon shines brightly. In the age of nightmares, however, no part of the galaxy is safe. We've got Rubber Gilliman there, standing there tall and proud with angel wings and halo. And we got repulsors, I think they're called, in the background there. Good bit of artwork there. A bit of like a transmission going on here, something. More lore. It's teaching you about the Sol system, which I believe is Earth system. The Sol system is the birthplace of humanity. Yeah. Here lies Holy Terra, centre of the Emperor's power and seat of his golden throne, and Mars, greatest of the Forged Worlds, and home to the Depths Mechanicus. The Sol system is protected by a colossal network of minefields, heavily armoured space stations, and vast fleets of starships blistering with weapons. Awesome. Oh, the Empire of Ultramar, perfect in every way. Space Marines Chapter Command. That's a great bit of artwork. I really do like artwork. I don't know why. I get this issue mostly for, of course, the miniatures and the artwork. Just look at the artwork. Mine is Calgar with his honour guard and banner bearing ancient leads Ultramarines against Tyranids. Yeah, there's a gigantic Tyranid titan in the background there. I do not want to mess with that. Chapter Masters. So it looks like we're going into the... Oh, we've got a few here actually. We have got Manis Kelgar of the Ultramarines, Logan Grimnar, Space Wolves, Papa Santa himself, Commander Dante, Blood Angels, Kavan Strike, Raven Guard, Pedro Caldor, Crimson Fists, and High Marshal Helbrecht of the Black Templars. And it goes into the Honour Guard there as well, which I think is only an Ultramarine unit that they can take. How to build the Flayed Ones. Very simple. So these guys look a little bit spindly to me. Let's have a look at this flayed one. There's 6 parts of this flayed one here. Yeah, those horn shoulders look very simple. Oh, 28mm base. So these are 28mm. Look, they fit. Oh, they don't fit there perfectly. Usually, you can put the base on there and try and get the right one. So I wonder if they accidentally use a 32mm base image on the magazine. 28mm. That's very weird. There's a lot of text as well. I noticed in the instructions here. Dry fit and use the images as a guide to make sure you have the hands and spine positioned correctly. Only apply glue when you are sure this is the case. Glue the head into place. When the glue has dried, the legs are secure. Apply glue to the base and press and mold the position to it. You may need to hold the legs in position for a few seconds as the glue begins to dry. Nearly every single step has got a text here telling you how to do it. So if you're not like a visual person, you can't visualize how to do it or read the instructions, you can actually read the writing to give you a bit of a hand. I suppose that actually helps you. It depends how you learn, really. Basically, dry fit, glue, hold together. That's basically the same thing over and over again. But it looks quite simple, straightforward. Might be a little bit spindly. Going into the last fella in the background here, and we've got like a gallery of them all done. There's some little text here, you can't really see it that well. So this is the Zarkarath Overlord of the Mefrit dynasty. Let them feast upon the living, so long as they stay far away from me. I have lost my body already, and I have no desire to lose my mind to their foul curse. Oh, yeah. Whoa, okay, so again, the 3 coats of Runelord brass. No, I highly recommend that you don't do that. Korok's white on the flesh. Korok's white on the flesh everywhere. Lead belcher on the metal. Lead belcher. Canoptic alloy as like a sort of a highlight. Oh dear. Okay, they don't look that scary to me. They look they look like really annoyed golden boys that try to have a Halloween party dressed as ghosts and just kind of torn out the fabric. I'm surprised we haven't had we've had Screamer Pink, haven't we, in the previous issue? Yeah, I still got it right here, Screamer Pink. So why did you use that? It's like the inside. Anyway, this is me thinking about now. How am I going to paint these guys? Destroy the plasma site. Oh, right, weird. So we've got some assault intercessors, 3 groups assault intercessors, and 1 little plasma site by himself. Oh. Let me guess. The flayed ones appear in the center. Wow. Like, aha, you thought you're going to get the plasma site. Nope. Yeah, simple, straightforward, how to play the game with the flayed ones, how they work. So, next issue, we will be getting 5 more assault intercessors. And issue 17, another armoured container. Yay. Let's move on to issue 16. And here we are with issue 16, featuring 5 assault intercessors again. I believe this is exactly the same sprue as we got in the previous issues. Looking at the one server right now, it's exactly the same thing. So you will be getting 5 assault intercessors inside this issue. Let's start again. So here we are with issue 16. You'll be getting 5 assault intercessors inside this issue. It's the exact same sprue as we had previously. I forget which issue it was now, but it's exactly the same. 5 32mm bases with the little holes inside. These are the push fit, easy to build assault intercessors. I'm not going to go over this issue that much. There doesn't seem to be anything standouts, but I'm going to give a quick flick through. See what Ian has to say. I like reading what Ian has to say. Space Marine reinforcements thunder onto the tabletop, ready to take the fight to the Necrons. In this issue, you'll build and paint more assault intercessors, take a closer look at the Necrons' deadly ranged weapons, and read all about the dreaded Chaos Space Marines. Then you'll dive into a new playthrough featuring larger units and even more destruction. Happy hobbying. Cheers, Ian. So I think this might actually be the same page it was before in the previous issue. I'm not going to go into it that much. But this, however, though, I will do. We got some Necron weapons, as Ian just pointed out. The Gauss Blaster, the Tesla weapons, and the Synaptic Disintegrator. Okay. Gauss weapons destroy their targets by firing beams of green energy that sever the target's atomic bonds, stripping armor and flesh apart, atom by atom. Phalanxes of Necron warriors make use of various Gauss weaponry to annihilate the enemy. Tesla weapons fire bolts of emerald lighting that leap from foe to foe after striking their initial target. These bolts become stronger as they crackle between targets and can quickly tear through the whole enemy squad. Tesla weapons are often carried by Necron immortals. And Disintegrator, favoured by Deathmark assassins, Synaptic Disintegrators are sniper weapons. These guns do not damage the target's flesh or bones, but instead destroy their neural tissue. Those struck by shots from this weapon are either slain outright or have their mind destroyed. Oh my god, that's horrific. See, I think Necrons are quite good, but whenever I read descriptions like this, they seem to be quite bad. Particle weapons. Particle weapons fire streams of tiny antimatter particles. These detonate upon contact with other matter, annihilating the targets in violent blasts. These weapons come in many shapes and sizes and are often mounted on vehicles, kinetic constructs, and even Necron starships. Ooh, we got some other units in here now. The Doomsday weapons. Haha, I love the Doomstalkers. Not that great on the tabletop, but I just love the miniature. We got the Eneptic weapons from the Locust Destroyers. The Death Rays from a Night Scythe, I believe. I've just got one for Christmas. I'm middle painting it right now. And the Teleportation weapons. Ooh, these look actually quite good. Doomsday weapons are plasma-based and possess incredible destructive potential. They are power-hungry weapons capable of obliterating even the most well-armoured tank with a single shot. Stilt-legged Canoptic Doomstalkers are designed to specifically carry out these weapons, which are mounted atop their carapaces. I got 2 of these fellas. I love building them. They are amazing looking things on the tabletop as well. Inaptic weapons. These long-range weapons cause the victim's atoms to be swiftly and violently repel from one another. Oh god. These are fortunate enough to be struck by an inaptic beam meet their end in an explosion of gore. That is an impressive as it is horrific. Hovering death-obsessed locust destroyers are known to favour inaptic weapons. Oh my god. These heavy weapons are commonly mounted on Doom Scythe fighter aircraft. Doom Scythe, not a Night Scythe. They function by pouring an immense amount of energy through a focused crystal and emitting a beam of searing light that cuts through targets no matter how heavily armoured, one after the other. Teleportation weapons. Some Necron destructions and vehicles possess teleportation devices through the robotic armies can march onto the battlefield. These devices can be reversed to create portal of exile that drags its screaming foes and casts them into the void. Oh my god. I'm still holding up the Necrons actually quite good, so the weapons are a little bit OP. Chaos Space Marines. Let's not go into Chaos Space Marines now, shall we? I've had enough of Grimdark. I don't do any of this. Just a 2-page about the Horus Heresy, Chaotic Corruption, and a quotation from a Inquisitor, I think Ordo Hereticus? Ordo Malleus. I was nearly there. Building instructions for the Assault Intercessors, straightforward. Painting instructions, blue, silver and black, and a little bit of gold as well. This is the exact same painting guys before. Final gallery, yeah. Not showing you how to paint wash yet though. Maybe the issues that you actually do get wash, it'll show you how to apply wash to the miniatures. It's keep going back to the issues that you get your Agrax shade. So I think you would put Agrax shade over the gold, and of course let non-oil over the blue itself, or the research shade it. Showing you how to use the armor containers inside the little battlefield games that you have with your friends, learning how to play the game. Destroy the Warden, Assault Intercessors. Oh, so it looks like we got a force of 10 Assault Intercessors, 10 Necron Warriors, and the Raw Warden as well. So showing you how to play through bigger battles. Your collection is getting quite big now, actually. Yeah. There we go. Issue 17, we have got the Armored Container, another one, yay! And the Necron Technomancer. I'm looking forward to painting and building that miniature. I've been looking forward for that for quite some time. Right, let's move on to issue 17. So here we have issue 17 featuring another armor container and some barrels and some other scattered terrain that you can use. I've got 3 of these from Conquest, the last magazine subscription. I've got one in the corner which I've not built from the previous issue. I've got this one now, so I'm going to have nothing but terrain but these armored containers. Yep, they're pretty good. Block line of sight, they're not too bad. Easy to put together and easy to paint. You can make them look quite cool actually. Useful for any other game aside from 40k as well, that's like, you know, sci-fi or post-apocalyptic. So issue 17, Battlefield Terrain, learn about Necron Outcasts, Psychic Phase playthrough. Oh, okay. What's Ian has to say? Get that out of the way there. In this issue of Imperium comes with yet more highly detailed terrain for you to build, paint and fight over the tabletop. You also receive a new fold-out detailing the territories and background of the most powerful and nefarious Necron dynasties. Finally, Librarian takes to the battlefield in the thrilling new playthrough with updated rules for psychic powers. Happy hobbying. Thanks, Ian. So, Ultramarines, going more into the blue smurfs of the poster boys of the 40k franchise. Yeah, injuries and grudges goes down. Ultramarines grudges generate a table. So we roll a d33, so 2 d3s I suppose there. So prefix and suffix, I have no idea what that actually means, but bearers of the lingering hatred for, let's roll the mortals, hunts down the Necron nobility, wounded by Canoptic spiders, seeks to engage Canoptic scarabs, wishes to annihilate Necron vehicles, prioritize destroying flayed ones, charge towards Lichguard. That's not a good idea. Focus fire on Canoptic spiders, I say. Okay, if you want to add more character to your Assault Intercessors, if you want to, or even your characters, go ahead and use that if you want to. It's just, I've got this other thing that's getting in the way. Hero injuries. Oh, right. So, injury location, left leg, left eye, right eye, internal organ, left arm, right arm, spine and jaw. Injury caused by pierced by war scythe, lacerated by flinching claw, I don't know, incinerated by enemy fire, perforated, I can't talk today, by shrapnel, atomized by Gauss fire, impaled by a blade, cursed by a fall, crushed by a fall, broken in by a melee strike, struck by a stray round. Injuries and losses. Bones fractured by enemy artillery, maimed by strafing run, wounded by... If you want to add... After all these issues now coming out, if you get a 1 assault intercessor, he is going to be like so many honorifics and so many things. Like, you know, was injured in the left leg by a atomized Gauss flare and has bones fractured by a strafing run, and it's going to be, you know, a defender of Ultramar with the grudges against the Canoptic Spiders. If you want to do that, go ahead, but if you're reading out your army list to someone and you go over all that, they're going to say, yeah, I'm not going to play now, it's closing time. So, the Outcasts, looking into the Destroyers, I believe. Many Necrons are afflicted by madness, yet there are some whose insanity is so fearful and disturbing that they are shunned even by their own kind. Yeah, so the Destroyers and the Flayed Ones are carded to be outcasts. They are used as like shock troops just to get them out there, get them killed. Don't want them anymore in our dynasty. So we've just gone over the Flayed Ones, another issue. Just there to make an appearance again. Yeah, Destroyers, Locust Destroyers, and other types of Destroyer. Funny how they haven't got the classic Destroyers in here, the hover boys with the big gun, like these fellas, but the previous version, the classic version I like to call them, they're not featuring those. They're not featuring many classic Necron units, I've noticed. So Corvic Destroyers, Locust Destroyers, and other types of Destroyers, the Hexmark Destroyer and the Obsidian Destroyers, Ophidian Destroyers, I think that's what they're called. I don't have any of those guys yet. I might collect some of those. Hexmark Destroyer, not so much. Worlds of the Imperium, and my issue's broken in half, great. Territories in compromise of countless systems spanning the length and breadth of the galaxy. Even in the most remote and punishing environments, humanity's colonies cling to survival. Types of worlds: Hive World, Feudal Worlds, Feral Worlds, they're missing Paradise Worlds. So, Hive Worlds are covered in vast hive cities that raise out of the earth to pierce the clouds. A hive city is a self-contained structure filled with polluting factories and cramped inhabitants. Yeah, don't want to live there, I'd move. Feudal worlds do not possess advanced technology. The citizens of these worlds, whether peasants, farmers or noble lords, have little understanding of the wider Imperium. That sounds a bit better, but not fantastic. Feral worlds, isolated planets. Those inhabitants have descended into savagery and live primitive, violent existence. They are often harsh places, fraught with danger. Don't want to live there either. They're not mentioning Paradise Worlds like the Ultramar sector worlds, which are just, you know, vines and not the app vine, you know, wine vineyards and, you know, wonderful lakes and mountains and prettiness, not touched by the ravages of war or the 41st millennium. But yeah, it's good that they actually gone over these things. It isn't just, you know, high worlds, but the feral worlds, which I assume is Fenris, feudal worlds, which I'm not too sure of any feudal worlds, and high worlds like Necromunda, I believe. Was that actual a name of a hive on the planet? I forget. Hard to build the containers. Simple, straightforward. Not that hard to do. Stick them together. You can have the doors open if you wish to have the doors closed. You can put on some storm bolters if you want to add a bit of aesthetics. I might leave those off actually, because you can stack them up on top of each other better. Now I'll have 6 of these fellas by the end of this issue. I'll have a really, really tall tower. Screamer Pink. Oh, Screamer Pink to paint the containers there. You can paint them whichever colour that you wish as well there. Yep. I had to paintbrush stippling as well. Oh, they're actually going to have stippling techniques. I do quite like the stippling technique. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Probably wouldn't have gone for blue. Some kind of green, which I've used for the black, the old ones before. Promethean barrels in black. Yeah, fair enough. Paint whichever you want. I'm not going to judge you. And how to use psychic powers in the psychic phase. So it looks like 1 Psyker versus 10 Necron warriors. Oh dear, okay. Shooting phase is really going to hurt that Psyker. Yeah, play for example. Weathering all the fire. Oh dear. And the flayed one's popping as well to fuck up your day a bit more. Right, so, oh good, for goodness sake. So issue 18, we will be getting a new double-sided battle mat and the Technomancer. And then issue 19, we'll be getting the final piece of terrain. Exact same sprue again. There's something else I want to go over really quickly, which came with this issue. There's a pull-out of the different dynasties and different realms of the Necrons. So the I pronounce it as my raid because it says my raid. So my raid dynasties. But it's a fold-out, like it was with the Auction Marines or the Space Marines before. That sheen is getting on my nerves. Can't do anything about it really. But yeah, it just lays out all the different dynasties. Novak, Nilith, Sarketh dynasty, Mefrit, Sukheth, Cryptex and Canoptic constructs as well. Featuring a lot of classic units in these actually. So we've got Necron Lich Guard at the front, we've got Overlord in the back, Immortals, and we got the Patrons as well. Patrons, I think they're called. A lot of, actually, in all these images, there's all the classic ones. There's no modern ones. Canoptic Stalk, not Canoptic, Tyrak Stalk in the background, which we will be getting in a later issue, I think, assume 2 issues. But yeah, they are all classic. The only one that's not featuring a classic one is this fellow with a Plasmancer. The long boy, the long spear, the long robe as well. That we got in the what was it called again? 9th edition launch box. I forget what it's called now. Oh, and this shows sectors of influence of the Necrons. So Terra and Mars is right here in the centre. And we got Mefrit Dynasty, Nuketh. There's other ones I never heard of as well here. There's all sorts. It seems to be very populated around here. This area. And I'm pretty sure this is where the Tyranid invasion is coming in from. The Blackstone Fortress right in the centre there as well. Trying to find other things that are of significance. We've got the Eye of Terror just over here. I assume Cadia was there. Oh my god, the shine on this thing. I thought this light would help, but it turns out it's not. If I do that, that might help. Eye of Terror over here. I assume Cadia is just about there. What else we got here? Anything else of note? They are not mentioning any chapter homeworlds. Another Blackstone Fortress over there as well. Oh, okay. There's more than one. But actually quite good. I'll give this a good read later on. Something like Awakening in the Empire, talking about the Great Sleep ending and the Silent King coming back. Yeah, awesome. And here we are with issue 18, featuring the Necron Technomancer. Read about the deadly Drukhari, the Dark Elves, you and me, and rules for the Technomancer. I'm going to move into the sprue right now. It's a huge base. I think it's a 60mm base. This thing is absolutely gigantic. I think it's the biggest base that we've had so far inside Imperium. This fella comes on 2 sprues. I'm with the mag out of the way so you can actually see it. So 2 sprues he's featured on. Get the light back. That is back there. That is freaking huge. This is made 2017 as well. Huge Sapphire light. I assume there's a Sapphire light on there. Got his front, and we wanted the little Canoptic his little Canoptic cloak, Canoptic little spider fella that he's riding. Because yeah, badass. Right, let's move on to the issue itself. Oh. So, what has Ian got to say about this issue? In this issue of Imperium, you receive the Necron Technomancer. You'll build and paint this new model before sending it into battle in a new playthrough. You will also find out about the about the Space Marines' iconic power armor, learn more about the deadly Drukhari, and read a story featuring the mechanical warriors of Deus Mechanicus. Oh, okay, fantastic. Happy hobbying from Ian. Thanks, Ian. Yeah, Sapphire Light, I was right. See? Get that out the way. There. So, the Canoptic Cloak. This piece of Canoptic technology allows the wearer to fly. With the aid of its built-in spider construct, the cloak can also repair damaged Necrons. Yes, indeed. The Staff of Light. This weapon absorbs energy from the surrounding environment and releases it into a form of bolts of lightning that freeze and shatter those they strike. Cryptex. Cryptex are the scientists and engineers of the Necron race. They are able to create, manipulate, and repair the Necron's advanced technology, endless legions, and armies of canoptic constructs. Awesome. So you can give him battle records, you can give him the names, the actual name of his Staff of Light if you want to give him that as well. Battlefield repairs, a chart, like a tally chart to keep track of everything, and name all his doodads and widgets and all sorts. Tools of War, the power armor of the Space Marines. Oh, featuring a little Terminator down here as well. Terminator armor. It's worn only by the decorated veterans of the chapter's first company. Terminator power armor is bulkier and more restrictive than most other forms of power armor, reducing the speed of those who wear it into battle. The reduction in speed is more than compensated by the superior protection it provides. Terminator armor also contains a built-in teleportation homer, which allow the wearer to be teleported directly onto the battlefield. Most chapters possess only a few suits of Terminator armor that is both incredibly rare and difficult to maintain. So we've got the Tacticus armor, the Omnis armor, the Phobos armor, and the Gravis armor. Yeah, that's quite good at actually going into it a little bit. I always thought that the Omnis armor and the Phobos armor were the same thing, but apparently they're slightly different. So, Omnis armor is a jump pack grav shoot equipped version of the Gravis armor. Oh right. Omnis armor also incorporates elements of Phobos pattern armor, making it lighter and quieter. Omnis pattern armor is utilized by suppressors, who are heavy weapon carrying jump troops. We'll be getting those in a later issue as well. And I believe we'll be getting those guys, the Phobos armor of the infiltrators, and we also got some Gravis armor. Gravis Marines from before, aggressors. Phobos armor is lighter from Tacticus armor that sacrifices some of the base armor's durability for greater mobility and speed. It is worn by Vanguard Space Marines who specialize in stealthy operations. The servo motors of Phobos armor are engineered to be silent. Oh cool, I like that. Let's move on to the Takari. Kinky space elves, basically, that like a bit of pain and BDSM and bondage. Yeah, not my cup of tea. The artwork is absolutely horrific as well. Actually, it's well done artwork. It's just horrific for 40k universe. It's not. This guy's licking his blade. That's a great way to sever your tongue. March of the Machines. In the Prior Nexus, many worlds have been scarred of life by Necrons. Deep in the remains of the Imperium Forge world, the armies of Deus Mechanicus attempt to recover valuable weapons, technology, and equipment before it is discovered and destroyed by the Necron foe. I collect Deus Mechanicus as my favourite army to collect. I'm looking forward to getting some AdMech stuff later on in the few issues. Bit of a story, not like, you know, Unit 713 picked up his weapon and aimed it towards the Necrons, hoping to hit a foe with great haste. No, it's just basically going on like a little bit of like a backstory of like this world. This is artwork that's featured in Forgebane. So in Forgebane you received the Technomancer as a brand new miniature, and you received two what they called again, Armiger Warglaves. I actually got Armiger Warglaves from a friend of mine. I didn't want them, so yeah, I don't know why, but he didn't want them. It's a 50mm base. Let's see if it actually lines up. Yep, that actually lines up perfectly now. 50mm base for the Technomancer. Oh, you have to build all the legs individually for the little spider fella. Yeah, that's going to take up some time. It seems relatively straightforward and simple. This is like, you know, it's a new miniature. A couple of years old, so they're made quite well. They're made to go well. Ooh, yeah, Runelord Brass. I don't like the fact they're saying put 3 coats of Runelord Brass on. It's going to be so thick and chunky. Please, for the love of God, people, you're going to do this, use a wet palette. It'll help an awful lot. Korov's White, yeah, simple and straightforward guide. No shades. There's no guide for shades yet on this fella. Oh dear. Hunting the Technomancer. No, leave the Technomancer alone. He's an engineer. They're smart. Yeah, there's another playthrough really, featuring aggressors, Scorpic Destroyers, a Technomancer as well. Battle mats. So I received a email saying unfortunately the battle mats will not be shipped out with this issue. So I'm very annoyed and I'll cancel my subscription immediately. I will not be, no. There's quite a big battle mat. I'm not too sure what exact size it is, but I think it's just going to be made of paper. Just paper that you just fold over. Not a massive, deal. It's fine. And here, issue 19, we'll be getting the final set of containers for Imperium. And then in issue 20, we'll be getting Corn Red and Corsair Orange. Now, this issue is charging, it says on here, £8.99. These two paints are not equivalent of £8.99. Now, I'm not bitching or anything, I'm just pointing out that most of these issues now, you get some sort of good deal. One of the best deals I've seen around is for the flayed ones, where they are, I think they're £36 for 5 guys. The flayed ones in this issue, of course, are £8.99, a massive, massive steal. Sometimes you don't get a good deal, which is these two paints. I think these cost £2.80 or £2.50 each. So let's go that £5 and you're paying the rest of the magazine. If you solely put your value in what you get as the gift, as like the paints or the terrain or the miniatures, then this issue will not be for you because you will not be getting value for money. But of course, you still need to pay for, the magazine itself and, the printing and blah, blah, blah. But there we go. So Corn Red and Corsair Orange. I think I've got both of those paints actually. So if I ever run out, I got some refills there. Or if you don't need that paint, you can give it to a mate and there we go. It helps other people on the hobby. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching this unboxing and review. It's going to be quite a long video, like these usually are. I tried to get them through all at once. Yeah, really happy with the flayed ones. I just remembered I haven't unboxed this fella yet, the little painting handle. So let's just get this little quick unbox. So it's a much smaller version, 32mm. Is that as far as it can go, 32mm? I hope not, because I've got a few things that aren't 32mm. There we go. It looks a bit provocative like that way, doesn't it? Yeah. But that is, I don't own one of these. I do own a classic. So what I'm going to do is going to do a comparison of the two right now. So this is the brand new classic one. It is very, it's quite light, ergonomically designed. That feels actually quite nice on the hand to hold it. Opens up that way. Let's see if we can get a 32mm base inside. This could be a bit of a faff sometimes. Yeah, we can get a 32mm base goes in there, no problem. Assuming 24. A 40mm should do. Let's try this big fella. No, that won't go in there at all. Simple, straightforward. I quite like it. I think it only goes to 40mm bases. Yeah, I think it must do. This one though, after feeling this one, I like the new one. This one feels a bit heavier, but not too much. The jagged sides dig into your hands just ever so slightly. I suppose you can just use them just to rotate and hold it in place. Whereas this one, yeah. So that's good. You want stability. Hold it in place, pinch it between your forefinger and your thumb. You can hold it in place there, and I can paint miniature away. This fella though, it feels like I'm quite posh. Hold it all dainty and all, all like that. But it feels very nice though. This feels nicer than this in the hand. But that one you can lock into place, and this one you can't really. So if you could be there, here painting away, and then you can roll ever so slightly. Whereas that fella lock into place. There's a feature with the old handle. I can do it. There you go. So you can actually take this part off. In Imperium, in Imperial measuring system, this is a 1/4-20. I don't know. I think it might be an M6 for European metric system. So that was M6 bolts, M6 thread, and I think most camera stands do actually feature a M6 thread. So if you've got a camera stand, you want to pose miniature on top of one of these feathers, you can screw it in there and put the miniature on there if you want to. I don't know why you want to do that, but that's just a thing. If you've got a stand that has an M6 thread, use that. It's a lot thicker, a lot chunkier than this feather. It is much more streamlined. But no, even though I do have the handles, I don't actually use the handles. I prefer pressing the miniature down onto the table like this, putting my hands together, bracing and painting that way. That's how I prefer doing it. But if you want to use handles, go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. But that's it. Thank you very much for joining me now for this unboxing review of the Premium kit #1. It was very good. I got a lot of plastic to get through. I still got some stuff for Christmas left over as well. So yeah, I'm now drowning in sprue. So that'll keep me going for the next couple of months, I suppose, until we get another issue coming through. But yes, thank you very much for joining me, and hope to see you again in the next one. Goodbye.